What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Glad to see you guys here. Hope you guys have all had a great day. Great start to your week. Pretty quiet for me today, so glad to see you guys. So Noah, Mark, Ellie, Nick. Who else we got? Beard Shack. What's up, Beard Shack? Mrs. Coach, of course. Nick fighting with autocorrect. There you go. It happens. Autocorrect gets us all, man. Autocorrect gets all of us. So hope you guys are all having a great Monday. Welcome to the Creators Lounge. Tonight we're going to talk about recording that first YouTube video. I've got a poll up in the chat if you guys don't mind to take a look and vote on that poll. So basically I just want to know up front, have you created a YouTube video? Looks like right now we are 62% no, 38% yes. I'm going to put a new poll up in just a minute. And find out who plans to start creating content. So in today's stream, we're going to talk about creating content, things to think about when you're going to create that first video. So yeah, that's it. I don't know if you saw the video that I put out this morning, but I kind of gave some tips. In this stream, we're going to elaborate on that. We'll have some other conversation, of course, along the way. If you guys have any questions that's not even related to the topic tonight, perfectly fine. If you don't mind, put a Q colon in front of that just so I'll know and see that as a question. I'll make sure I can find that. And we're also going to do, of course, we're going to do this or that right before we end tonight. So everybody seems to love that. You guys let me know. Let me know if you guys like this or that, if that's something we should continue. It's something I've always done. Even back on my first channel, I've always done that with whatever guest we had on. We had questions like that we've done forever. So let me know what you think about that, if that's something you guys still enjoy. I love it. I know Mel loves it, but this is a show for you guys, so I want to make sure that the crowd likes it. We are we're going to do some regular this or that tonight, nothing too crazy. Some of the questions we had on Friday were a little bit different. I had to skip some, so I'm going to look through those a little bit. And yeah, tonight just this or that. So let me know what you think about that. Looks like so far, it looks like so far everybody likes it. Yeah, looks like it. So what's up, E-Rock? Good to see you, man. If you are quiet, you must be talking to somebody in the chat. If you're quiet, we can use you at my job. I mean, I'm pretty quiet for the most part. What's up, Mike L? Good to see you, man. Glad to see you here, sir. What else? Yep, this or that. Awesome. Okay, cool. E-Rock hasn't had a chance to watch most videos today. Hey, no, dude, we get busy sometimes, especially as there's so much content out there, and even as content creators, it's so hard to catch everybody's videos all the time. So yeah. And yeah, I've got a job where I get paid for what I know, not necessarily what I do. And I mean, Nick works in IT. He can tell you sometimes that means that there's not much going on. And then when something does happen, it's like the whole world's on fire. So it's a good thing and a bad thing at times. So yep, this or that. Picasso. Yeah. I love that sound bit. So yeah, I do. I like that one. What's up, Dean? Good to see you, man. I know Dean is probably, I don't know, Dean, have you started content yet? I know you were talking about it. I don't think you've recorded anything yet, but let me know. So this may be a good video for you or a good stream for you to catch tonight. And of course, if you are watching this on the replay, if you're not live with us right now, then do me a favor in the comments at the end of the video when the video is just live on YouTube. Make sure you throw down something down there, #replay, so I can come and welcome you. Always appreciate whether you're here live or watching afterwards. Also, if you don't mind, hit a thumbs up on this stream. I would appreciate that greatly. Those thumbs up help more than you guys know. As always, thank you guys. No, haven't started yet. Okay. All right. So, first of all, let me know, how was your guys' weekend? How was your Monday? Let's go back to the weekend. The weekend was more fun, right? How was everybody's weekend? What did you guys do this weekend? We didn't do much. I had to work Saturday. Had some things going on at work I had to take care of. And I guess there was some football on this weekend. I don't know. I guess there was some football or something. Some team lost. It's okay. It's okay. We'll see what happens next year. But I'm telling you guys, for the rest of the playoffs, I am a Bengals fan. Go Bengals. I want to see the underdog, the team that hasn't been to the playoffs in over 30 years. I want to see them go deep. So, all right. So, yep. Appreciate it, Noah. Hit that like button. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Let's see. Dean says, waiting to close on our house to get my garage set up. Nice. Nice. Closing on a house, man. Buying a house or selling is a pain. So good luck, man. Hope it goes smoothly. Mark Brown froze all weekend, dude. I think it was cold everywhere. It was like 9 degrees here Saturday. It was terrible. It was terrible. E-Rock says, weekend was too fast. My son's basketball game and packing for my move, and Sunday I help paint my sister's kids' room. Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. I mean, this isn't a sports show, so I won't go too far, but I think Aaron Rodgers' days in Green Bay are probably done. And if we're being honest about it, he was never a playoff quarterback. I think that's just the truth of it. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens next year. But I don't think he'll be back. I think he's probably done in Green Bay. Ken not talking his team anymore this year. There's always next year. The difference in that, saying that, though, is that Green Bay is salary cap issues, free agents, no telling what our team's going to look like next year. So saying there's always next year, I don't know if that's the case for next year for us. I think it's going to be a rough couple of years as a Packers fan. But that's okay. I still love the Packers. Always will. Always will. What's up, Blessed and Bearded? Good to see you, man. You know what's funny? I was in the middle of editing my first video when I got the notification of your video today. Nice, man. Let us know in the chat. What's your first video about? I'm assuming you're doing beard content, so if you want to drop that yet, if it's a surprise, then don't. But if you want to share, then we'd love to know. All right, so again, we are talking about things to think about when you create that first video. So if you caught the video that I put out this morning, some of the things we talked about were obviously the first and most important, where are you going to film at? What type of equipment do you have? What things have you considered in the environment, whether it's inside or outside? Like I said in the video, there's no right or wrong way to film. It's okay to film outside, inside, wherever you have a spot to film. But there are certain considerations for each environment that you need to think of before you start to film there. So we talked a little bit about that. We talked about, and yeah, I'm looking at notes because I don't want to mess up. We talked about your talking points, your notes. How do you take notes? What are some ways that you organize your thoughts and the points you want to make in your video before you hit that record button? Because I do always say just hit record, and I 100% believe in that statement. When I say just hit record, what I mean by just hit record is move fear out of the way, get out from behind that fear, stop letting, excuses and fear and reasons and whatever the case may be, stop letting that hold you back and just hit record and do it. But there's still definitely some things you need to consider and do before you hit record. So when I say just hit record, that's what I mean by that. We also talked about your appearance in the video, and your appearance, not only from a vanity type standpoint, but also what do you want to be known as? When somebody sees you in a video, do they, I'm the guy with the beard and the backwards hat, right? What do you want to be known in your videos? How do people know and identify you by what you look like? And then the last thing we talked about, next to last thing, don't be afraid to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. I made a mistake on Friday, messed up my camera, had to fix that. It happens. It happens. It's going to happen in every video. There's different ways you can deal with that. And then, of course, just have fun. Content creation is so much fun. Absolutely love everything about it. So those were the key points of the video. We're going to kind of elaborate a little bit on those, and I'm going to ask you guys kind of your thoughts on those questions from your standpoint. What do you do when you are preparing to film content? And of course, there's people in here that do not necessarily create content, and that's completely okay. I love to hear your thoughts also about you as a viewer, because you guys that are in here that don't necessarily create content, you watch. A lot of you watch my content, which I love, and I appreciate all of you. So when you're looking at videos of mine or anybody else, whatever type of content that you're watching, what are some things you're looking at as it relates to this? So, all right, let me get back to the chat and let me catch up, and then we'll kind of get into this a little bit. Noah is a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Been dealing with the same thing for 32 years. Yeah, I mean, we had several rough years as a Packers fan. I mean, we're getting ready to go through it again. When it happens, man, it happens. E-Rock is just glad Tom Brady isn't going to the Super Bowl. I mean, it's time for new winners. Nothing against the Chiefs. I have nothing personally against Patrick Mahomes or nothing like that, but I don't want to see them win again. I want to see a new team win. I'm Bengals for the rest of the playoffs. What's up, Gary? Good to see you, man. All right, Blessed and Bearded's first video, 5 things to consider when buying beard products. Very nice, man. Nice. I can't wait to see that. I have to check that out. Everybody's saying hello. What's up, Jay Cruz? Good to see you, man. Leaving the grocery store. Be safe. If you're driving, be safe. Listen, don't chat. Be safe, man, once you get home safely. Yep, perfect. Won't be able to write after this one listening. Be safe, brother. All right, so, hey, Coffee Talking Tech. What's going on? I was talking to John today because if you guys didn't see my post on Instagram, I've chatted with John a little bit, but I've been waiting for this specific camera to be in stock. It's the the Sony ZV-E10. I've been waiting for this thing to be in stock for a while, and you just can't find it. So I was browsing the internet this morning, just trying to find camera stores, anywhere, just trying to find something. And luckily I came across one. I called the store to make sure it was legit, talked to the owner. They had 2 left. I bought one right away. And I was actually going to IG to share the link and everything, because if, somebody else is looking for it, there's one there. But by the time I even got to the story to share the link, the last one was sold out. So once again, those things are sold out. There's probably another store somewhere, but I looked for a couple of weeks. Chip shortages, all that stuff is why those things are. Sony's just not able to make them as fast as they would like. So good to see you, John. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're feeling better, man. I'm glad you're feeling better. It was good to see you live again and out on YouTube. So what's up, Sam? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And Bearded Vato is here. What's up, man? Great to see you. I still need to check out your collab with L.I. Beardle. I need to check it out, man. I told Ricky I was going to pick that up, so can't wait to get that. All right, so let's get this ready. So we're going to try something new tonight. We'll see how this works. So give me a second. All right, so I want to make sure that was right before we go. So here we go. All right, so for those of you that are creating content, or even if you're not creating content yet, if you are getting ready to start creating content, chime in. I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts. So those of you that have created videos before, what are some ways you prepare your appearance? That's the wrong slide. See, we're already messing up. Where do you typically film your content? So this was the point about filming inside or outside. Where do you typically film your content? And we'll throw in here together, what does your background typically look like? So this is going to go into obviously the aesthetics of what your background looks like, of what your environment looks like around you, and also the sound. So in the video, I talked a little bit about foam panels, bass traps if you have that, or even soft things around, really things. And actually Dagan said it best in the stream one time, clutter, things sitting around help with the sound, and they really do. So yeah, Blessed and Bearded, sorry about that, man. I was a little bit ahead on my slides. Sorry about that. We're definitely going to get to that, though. I'm with you, man. We probably do some of the same stuff getting ready. All right, so Dagan grooms inside. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of his videos. Oh, you just moved things around today. Okay. Yep, I know Dagan kind of has a setup pretty much like mine. He's got a stationary, a lot of reviewers do, but a stationary area, some stuff behind him. So, yep, I've seen his environment. I think Dagan's audio, I'm pretty sure I can't recall any kind of issues I've ever heard with your audio or anything, so you should be doing good there. Ken, do you have a video about a budget-friendly setup to start content? So I've got some videos. I don't have one size fits all, camera lighting, all that. That's a great idea to make. But I do have some videos about some microphones and some different things. That's something I'll definitely get up though. But budget-friendly setup. So I did the video last Thursday about the Rode Video Micro. So Dean, I guess first of all, let me know, when you're creating content, what is your environment going to be? Are you going to be, I'm guessing you're going to be outside, because if I'm not mistaken, you're going to be doing some automotive stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what I remember. John, unless you're an eBay reseller, your background should look kind of organized. Absolutely. There was actually, I was chatting in an Ecamm Live Facebook group post, and somebody was asking about their background. She was moving some things around, and she liked hers, from what I could tell just by looking at the picture, she liked hers a little more clean, like a plant in the background and stuff like that. I like stuff, which you obviously see behind me in all my videos, but it's organized. I like stuff. I don't know. I just like stuff in my background. So definitely organized, but I agree, John, 100%. Yep, Ellie films in the kitchen in front of the oven and counter. Might change sides and have my storage cabinets in the background. Yep, so Ellie's doing cooking content, so that makes perfect sense. Yep, I got you, Ryan. I don't know if you remember, I sent you an Instagram message because you follow me from this account, and I was like, hey, man, have you been hacked? Is this really you? So, yeah. Noah, I don't know where I would film, and I have no idea what background I would use. So Noah, I know you've talked a few times about wanting to get into something. If you got into content creation, what would your content be? Yeah, absolutely. That's why Dagan has no issues. His mustache controls his soundboard 100%. Yeah, we did. So that's True. I mean, I thought about that video when I was answering that question, but I did a video on it's a Voco Pro live streamer bundle, but that was not a good one, so I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. Let's see, Sam. Okay, yes, it will be outside and in a garage. That's what I thought. So you're gonna have maybe not too bad, but you're gonna want to do some stuff around your garage walls and stuff, especially just being in a garage. The sound is gonna be different because of that type of environment. But it's definitely not impossible. People do it all the time. So, and there's great microphones that can help pull the sound just from you, just in front of you. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. And you know what I love about that, Dean? I remember we were having a conversation probably about 6 months ago, and you were like, I will never create content. Love it, man. I love that you're thinking about it. So, all right. Sam says, I suppose if I were to create content, it would happen in front of a green screen, so I can put pictures of many different outdoor areas. Green screen is a great way to do it. Absolutely. I've played with green screen a little bit. I don't have green screen stuff, but there's some programs and stuff you can use to, set that background for you. But all right, what else we got? Chris, when I use my alternate film room, it's kind of messy, but my usual spot is pretty clean background wise. Yeah, it is. I like when you say alternate film room though, because I always get the impression that when you're going to film there, you didn't expect that you were going to film there. It was like a last minute thing. So I get you though. I get it. Yep, absolutely. Cart63, what's up, Ben? He says, pro tip, check when you upload that you're unlisted or public. Yeah, so let me tell you something about Ben here. I don't know if you've seen his new channel yet. First of all, he's killing it with the content. He kind of did like I did, move from beard content. He's doing things on racing carts. But he's killing it with content. He schedules stuff out forever. This dude is batch recording like crazy. But yeah, he went to upload a video last night and he forgot to change it to, I guess he does unlisted. I always schedule mine private, but he left it set to public. So he had an extra video yesterday. So hopefully you guys caught both of them if you're watching his content. 8-bit, what's up, Sean? Good to see you, man. Used a backdrop for a while, but now just use the shop as a background for live streams. Video, use the packing counter that has displays and whiteboard. So that's something when it comes to business owners specifically, and with you being obviously a beard company owner, I love when beard companies do that, when you guys film just in your shop area. It kind of gives, I'll tell you what I get. I can't speak for everybody, but for me, it gives me it's almost like, okay, this guy's not trying to hide anything. I can see his working environment. It looks clean. It looks good. I love that you guys do that. I think that's a great thing. I think a lot of the beard there's not many beard companies that are doing regular content, but the ones that I do, I think you guys for the most part are doing something like that. You're doing things in your shop. I love it. Noah, I would definitely want to highlight being Canadian. I'm really passionate about bartending and I've become passionate about beard care. So I would love to find a way to bring it all together. Yeah, you could, I always talk about niching down, having different types of content on your channel, which of course is going to be based on your goals also. There's so many different ways to have that conversation. But there's some channels that are doing that well. You're talking, you could, things like the Art of Manliness, whatever, would be a way that you could bring all that together. All right, Bearded and Blessed. I'm a school teacher and I just filmed in my office after clocking out because I have a 4-year-old at home. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Let's find some new music here. All right. Sean also got the Rode Vlogger kit. The mic that I reviewed in that kit, or a similar mic from them. If it's the kit that I'm thinking about, yeah, it has that same mic. There's somebody else who was asking me about it last week also. If it's the same kit, has the little tripod with it, I believe it's the same microphone that I reviewed, yeah. Sports involved, but not a necessity. There you go. Oh yeah, Ben, absolutely Ben's killing it. He is. Yep, Dean, absolutely. I agree 100%. I like seeing behind the scenes. I kind of like places, like even going to restaurants, like I like to be able to see, the kitchen's not hidden, like they're not hiding anything, right? Yeah, I like that. Okay, so some things that we talked about in the video. Now, I want to make sure that I stress this because I think the most important things you can consider when you are preparing your environment is, I talked about lighting, audio, and your camera. For those of you that saw the video, and even if you didn't even if you didn't see the video, what do you think from those three: lighting, camera, audio? What do you think is the most to you? Not what do you think to you? What is the most important element from those three that you should consider when you are setting up your environment? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I mean, for me, it's definitely lighting. Lighting is the first thing that I think everybody should consider when you are setting up your area for filming. You know, microphones definitely second, and then camera third. Lighting is most important because no matter what kind of camera you have, you can automatically improve the quality of your video with good lighting. It'll change the game no matter what you were filming with. A lot of people start with their iPhone, myself included. That's what I did for a long time, and lighting definitely makes a difference. Audio second, because no matter what you're using, for the most part, the onboard audio or onboard microphone is never really that great on things. You know, like the Canon M50, it's not terrible if you're right up next to it, but if you're going to be any more than like a foot away, don't even try. You're going to want some sort of microphone. But lighting for sure first. All right, so Mark said lighting. I know Mark saw the video. I appreciate you, man. Mark is always one of the first ones to see the video and comment. I appreciate you more than I can say, Mark. You're awesome. Yep, John lighting. I knew John felt that way also. Oh, Ryan. Many times, man, many times. Especially if you go back to my early videos from a couple of years ago, like while I'm filming and editing, I'm like, oh yeah, this is so good. And now I'll watch it and I'm like, yeah, that was trash. But keep the videos up. I always recommend keep those videos up so that you can go back and you can see how far you've come. There's very few times I've taken content down, and when I have taken content down, it's mostly because of, you know, maybe something changed with a company that I reviewed for or whatever. But I rarely take content down. Definitely not going to take content down because of how much I've changed or how bad I thought the video was. I want to go back and be able to see, you know, how far I've come. You know, you're going to go further. Everybody, if you keep working at it, your videos are going to improve. It's just good to be able to see kind of where you came from. Once everything opens back up, I would love to document myself at work bartending. That would probably do well, man. If you do it right, that would probably do well. Dagan got some new lighting, got it set up today. Very nice. Yep, lighting. You guys are nailing it. What's up, Aaron Rogers? Good to see you, man. You guys, I don't know if you saw how excited Aaron was. Aaron had a video he put out on Saturday night, and by this morning, he had almost 2,000 views. Yeah, it's awesome, man. Congrats on that video. All right. Need to get a mic. My videos have a fuzzy noise in the background. So Ellie, what are you using right now? One thing to keep in mind also is that there's even some microphones, depending on how those microphones are powered, you may get a little bit of a buzz also. A lot of times you can reduce that in editing and you can clean it up. But even some microphones will give that for you, but it'll never be as bad as an onboard microphone. Maybe I shouldn't say never, because there are some bad microphones out there, but for the most part, 99% of the time, it'll be better than anything on board. So, all right, so that is background stuff. All right, let's move on to notes. And if you guys have questions along the way, you know, even back on the first slide, we'll definitely still talk about that. But let's talk about notes. So when you're preparing your content, most of you in here are beard content. We have John that's doing tech and some other things. We got Ellie doing cooking, Roger's doing sports talk. We have all kinds of different content. So talking about notes, when you are preparing your video, when you have a topic, you know what you want to talk about, you pretty much, kind of the way I put it in the video was that it's when you know, if you study and know enough about the topic you're going to talk about, it's easy to not be in front of the camera and just rattle off what you want to say. But when you get in front of the camera, I don't know how many of you are like me, but when you get on the camera in front of it, it's like sometimes your mind is like, nope. It's like you don't know. So anyway, so I always do notes. So how do you prepare your notes before filming? Do you use notes at all? There's probably a lot of you that don't need notes. You'd be better than me at that because I have to have notes in front of me. So what do you guys do? For me, I don't need like, complete notes, nothing detailed, but I have definitely a one-liner, first bullet point, and then just the key points I want to make sure I hit on that. And those are my notes, because typically when I look back at my bullets, I can remember what I wanted to say. All right, so Dean, when I do start uploading videos, would it be smart to have like 5 or so videos to upload off the bat, or just start at one video? So I'll put it this way. The actual upload, I would only upload one at a time. Now, if you want to do that, twice a week, I don't know if I would do much more than twice a week, because you're going to want to get yourself kind of like, what's consistency going to look like for you? Is that going to be 1 video a week? Is it going to be 2 videos a week? Something like that. Now, before you upload that first video, if you want to have 5 videos in your pocket that are all uploaded and ready, then absolutely, I think that's a great idea. So when you actually upload to YouTube, you don't have to have it public right when you upload it. You can schedule that video. So if you wanted to upload 5 videos, have the first one go live whenever, let's say you pick a Tuesday at noon, right? You can have that one go live, and you can schedule your other videos to go the following Tuesday, or if you want to do like Tuesday, Saturday, you can schedule those videos however you want to schedule them. I would not upload 5 videos at one time in one day all public though, because you kind of want your videos to have a chance to breathe, for people to see the video that you put out first and not overload them on the first day. Keep in mind when you first start, now obviously the community that you're part of is super supportive. People are going to watch your first videos, but just generally speaking, for a brand new channel, brand new to YouTube, nobody's really going to know you're there yet. I wouldn't upload everything at one time, because they may get shuffled to the back of YouTube space and algorithm and whatever. I would definitely, schedule those out on a consistent schedule somehow. You know what? I've heard, John, I heard the ZV-1 onboard mic is pretty good too. So I'm excited to see what that sounds like. I'm using my Trek Air headset and phone right now. I'm making it work with what I got. Absolutely, make it work with what you have. I don't know much about the Trek Air headset, but yeah, absolutely, work with what you have until you get something else for sure. Sam says I would do some main bullet points and some sub points. Yep, same here. Okay, Ben, no notes off the top of my head unless there are prices or something. Yeah, and Ben, how long have you been kart racing? I know you know a whole lot about the stuff. Like, I'd have to watch your videos and I still wouldn't know what I was talking about, but I know you know a lot about the sport. So, but yeah, no notes. That's great. Hey, good to see you. Emerge. Now, is Schley, is that your first name? I want to make sure that I'm addressing you right, but what's up? Welcome in. So notes for you too. Glad to see you here. Chris, I take pretty good show notes for my knife reviews. Some men's grooming companies, I can tell the company history by heart. Yeah, I know you can, especially one, right? No, but I know you've been doing that for a while. I mean, apparently you take some pretty good notes and do some great videos, because you got some huge channels stealing content from you. So good job, man. If you guys didn't know, he was watching a knife video today, and somebody took some of his content and put it into their video. A big, huge channel too. So I think he sent them a message. Dagan, just some bullet points. What's up, Dan? Good to see you. Every video has notes and plans. I do not look at anything while filming though. Yeah, so on that, yeah, absolutely. So what I do in that case, I film all my content right here at my computer. And so I'll have my notes app open, and for the most part, there's been a few times where I know like I'm in the middle of talking and I'll just kind of peek my eyes over and look at my notes. But for the most part, I only look at them between points, and then I just cut that stuff out in editing. So I do have my notes up on the screen for the most part. There's some things that I do. Some of my videos I haven't had to, because I can just, talk about that topic. But especially for reviews, I want to make sure that I have all the facts so that I'm putting stuff out right. So I'll look back and forth in my notes. So far, haven't used anything, but that's going to change. I need improvement. John, you do some good stuff. You really do, man. So if you improve, I can't wait to see what that looks like. Rogers, I use some notes for stats, but for predictions, I don't use any notes. It's the eye test for me and how I think each team matches up with their opponent. Yep, stats I would pretty much have to. The only stat that I remember right now is that Aaron Rodgers is 0-4 against the 49ers in the playoffs. So yeah, that's the only stat that I know right now. Ellie got my mic on Amazon. Yeah, there's some great mics on Amazon. Racing for about 20 years. So, yeah, you know a whole lot about that sport. Yep, talking about the, you talking about where you sent them a message about your content? Yeah. Oh, you meant Coach, not Oath. Okay. And Schley is my first name. So my next question is, am I saying that properly? I hope that I'm saying it right. If I'm not, I apologize. If you can correct me somehow, I'll make sure that I say it right. Okay, Gary, I need someone with a killer radio advertiser sounding voice for some Alley Cat radio intros. Who has a radio voice? Voice, not face. Well, I've got a radio face for sure. There is... I can try to help find somebody. I mean, I could help you out. There's probably somebody a lot better than me, though. Maybe John knows somebody that does some of the radio intro type stuff. So, yeah, we'll find something to help you. Just starting and I only upload prayers over music right now. Awesome. Yeah, I liked your content or your comment on. You made a comment on an IG post and said that you were kind of frustrated, and so you took content. You kind of changed things up a little bit with where you were posting the specific piece of content. So I love it. Definitely keep going. Yeah. Oh yeah, he definitely does. John definitely has a radio voice. Yep. All right, so that's notes. Okay, let's talk about appearance. Now, I kind of debated on whether or not I even wanted to put this point in the video, but I decided to go ahead and do it because it almost comes across like it's a vanity thing, like I have to look good. Do I stand in front of the mirror for 20 minutes and groom my beard and all that stuff? And it's not really even so much about that. The whole point and the reason why I even wanted to put appearance in there is because, unfortunately, in our society, it matters. The way that you look on film, the way that you look on that video will determine if people stick around and watch your video or not. Now, this is also going to depend on your type of content. So if you're out in a garage working on cars, obviously, you're just by the nature of what you're doing, you're going to be naturally dirty anyway. But for the most part, if you're doing something like what I'm doing, obviously, beard content, appearance matters. So from that aspect, talking about the vanity of it, you want to look good on camera. The second part of that, though, and what I think is more important, is what do you want to be known as? When somebody watches your video, how do you want them to recognize you? When they see Coffee Talk and Tech on camera, what do they know? What does John look like? When they see Dan C. Bearded on camera, what does Dan C. Bearded look like? Now, obviously, let's talk about Dan for a second. Dan doing what he does, I mean, he's consulting with beard companies. He's probably, I won't even say probably, if you look at YouTube, he's who I would consider to be the leading expert on beard care, beard grooming, beard hygiene, beards in general. So when somebody goes to Dan's channel, what do they want to see, right? Let's say that Dan doing a beard video, his beard was all, everywhere and it looked dry and it looked bad. Would he have gotten as far as he has? Probably not. And I know Dan anyway, he spends a lot of time taking care of that beard, but it matters. It matters. So what are some ways you prepare your appearance before filming? I did talk about this in the video a little bit. For me, I will spend a few minutes combing the beard, making sure the hat's straight, make sure the glasses are clean. Making sure that we have a cat, so sometimes there's cat hair, not much, but every now and then I'll make sure that I kind of roll the hoodie, make sure there's nothing there. But what are some things you guys do to prepare your appearance? If there's nothing, that's completely okay too. So let's go back up to the comments here. Yep, talking about John. Hey, what's up, Rob? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. All right, Gary says there's a certain sounding voice that he wants. Okay. Awesome. And I'm saying it right. Awesome. I like it when I don't mess up somebody's name. I've got a last name that nobody can say, so I like to make sure that I'm saying other people's names right. Yeah, Fiverr. Gary, if you want, I can ask. I don't know if they ever really have done anything like it, but like John, I know a radio guy here locally. I don't know what he would charge or what that looks like for him. I could ask him. Yeah, Greg here. He's been on my stream before, so. Are those special glasses, Ken? I know they make some for content creators. They are special just in the case that my eyes are jacked up and I've got really bad astigmatism. So, but no, they're not. They're not special glasses. They're actual prescription. What I have to have. I've got really bad astigmatism, especially in my left eye, and so my eyes. The eye doctor says that my eyes are shaped like footballs and one of them's crooked. So, whatever that means. All right. So, talking about appearance. Oh, there you go, Gary. Maybe Dean. Maybe Dean. So Aaron says, I make sure to have something sports on. Since I'm a Packers fan, I have something Packers on. Yep. Yeah, you know, that's something I've kind of thought about too in your videos. Obviously, I love it because I'm a Packers fan too, but I kind of wonder sometimes what other sports fans, when they watch your content, I don't know. I'm just asking as a question what they would think about the Packers shirts every time. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think about stuff like that. I don't know. Let's see. So back to the, did I go back? Yep. So I appreciate it, but that is true. I would never film without being on point. Just like if I have a weightlifting channel, you better get a pump. Oh yeah. Could you imagine me trying to run a weightlifting channel? Yeah. Shave the head and face and moisturize. There you go. Yes, sir. Ben tries to blow dry his beard when I film. I'm guessing I can tell when I don't. Looks like poo. Yep. If you're a Packers fan channel, you better get some tears going fast. You know what? I was kind of bitter Saturday night. I guess I'm still a little bit bitter, but only about the fact that, you know, the next couple of years are going to be bad. But yeah, tears. Yeah, Gary, we're probably talking about the same guy. So I've had Greg, who's a local, he owns a local media company now. He was on broadcast radio for 20 some odd years, 25 years. He still does that just on a live stream, you know, more of this type of medium. But he does have a company. It may be a service he provides. I'm not sure. Dagan, I have started wearing a shirt with my logo on it. Yeah, I've noticed that. No, I personally don't think I have a radio voice, but I've been told that I do. Ken, every time I try to do video with my glasses, I get a bad reflection. So, yeah, it's something, you know, if I look up enough, I'm still going to get that. I need to get better lighting. There's definitely ways I could upgrade my lighting. I've got a couple of soft boxes and a ring light in front. Lighting is the next thing that I really need to focus on making better. I have good lighting, but I could do better. Generally speaking, when it comes to glasses and reflection, depending on what you're using, you know, if you just move your lighting off to the side and kind of angle it above you, that's a general rule of thumb. There's definitely better things you can do even than that. There's better lighting that will work just by the way the lighting is made that will help with that reflection. But it depends on what you're using. Lighting is, again, something I definitely need to work on. As long as I, you know, look straight ahead and not up, I'm okay. I know John, for example, Coffee Talking Tech, he's got a great lighting setup. His is more, he's got better lighting than I do, and then his is even more off to the side. John is one that I look at and try to take cues from. Need help with thumbnails? Hey, I'd be glad to help you out. Be glad to help. For my knife reviews, I have a simple backdrop. Everything else, I seriously try not to look homeless. Well, that's good enough, I guess. Don't want to look homeless. Yeah, absolutely. I know what you're saying there. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. So your knife reviews, I know, like when you're actually showing the knife, because apparently this channel liked it enough they took it. You have some kind of a camo. I don't know if that's a comforter or what, but then you show the knife. Yep, the lights, great with the setup. Yeah, Coffee Talking Tech for sure too. If you need help with tech specifically, also make sure you follow and subscribe to John's channel. No, yeah, I mean the lighting is okay, and a lot of it is the camera too, but I could definitely do better. Just like John says here, ring lights are your worst. I bought this ring light probably a year ago. I don't know, probably not even that long ago. Anyway, I bought this ring light at Walmart because it was cheap at the time. I've got one softbox mounted to the wall. The way that my studio's set up, I've got room over here that I could add some better lighting, and I do plan to do it. I just haven't done it yet. But ring lights are definitely good to get started. They work, but there are far better options out there. Thank you, Vato. missing likes. Slackers, hit the thumbs up button. Yeah, appreciate you guys, man. If you like this content, definitely, hit the thumbs up. That is always appreciated. My husband just said use some makeup like they do on TV. Yeah, I mean, I've never done that. I get the concept of it. It's not anything I've ever considered, but yeah, it would definitely take the glare off your skin and all that, I guess, is the science behind it. But yeah, I don't know if anybody, there probably are some creators that do it. I don't know anything about it. Try to keep my Packers bias very limited. I want to come off as someone who is knowledgeable about the sports. 100%. Yeah. So Noah, I'm going to say on this one, it depends on your budget, honestly. If you have no other option and a ring light is easy and budget friendly for you to get started, definitely get a ring light. But there's better lighting out there, so if you can afford better lighting up front, definitely try for better lighting. There's some great softbox. I've got some on my website. If you go to kenthecontentcoach.com/shop/electronics, I do have a softbox kit, the one that I have. Softbox lighting is definitely going to be better, and then there's even stuff better than softbox. There's the umbrella lighting, and there's John's got some great lighting. John, what is your lighting called? You were talking about it last week, but he's got some great lighting. There is so much out there better than ring light, but when you're getting started, it's budget friendly. So, especially up front, if there's a few things you need to buy to get started, I would go ahead and go with the ring light if that's what you need to do to start. But definitely look to upgrade in the future and make the lighting better. The knife review backdrop is a $5 Walmart throw blanket. Yeah, I think I've got a blanket something like it, but it's not exactly the same. It works for what you're doing. When you have ring lights with glasses, it's a tough combo. It is, and I've tried to move the ring light around. I've got it on a tripod. I'm just sitting behind my Mac. I tried to move it over to the side of the desk and on the floor, but then I couldn't get it high enough. I just need to get better lighting to put on this side. The Dasneys, that's what it is. The edge lit lights are the most cost effective, the Dasney D50s. I'm going to write that down because your lighting is fantastic. Yep. So again, for a lot of this tech stuff also, Coffee Talkin' Tech is doing a stream. Him and Jeff do streams on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. They have kind of like different topics every week, but it's mostly tech related. And they're fun conversations too, so it's not all tech, but that's the point of their streams is to talk about different tech and different parts of content creation. But John is somebody to definitely check out for tech stuff also. He's got some fantastic lighting. Rogers, I use natural light for now, but once I get a new setup, I'll look into better lighting, camera, etc. Yep. And look, at the end of the day, when you're starting, I always say, and I'm sure John agrees with this too, I would never want gear to be the reason why you don't start. Get something for lighting. If you've got a good way to naturally light yourself, outside, a window right in front of you, whatever, then definitely do that. You can change some settings on cameras to help a little bit. Invest in a budget microphone to get started. Anything is better than not starting at all. So you definitely need to start and then just work on upgrading from there. I mean, this stuff is not cheap. When I started, I couldn't buy everything at one time. Definitely buy what you can up front and then work your way up. But don't let that stop you from starting. Did I say that right? Don't let that stop you from starting. Yeah, it does. It makes sense. My new lights are Amaron D100s with soft boxes. That setup is close to 1K. Yeah, that's going to be more saving. I just saved for the camera. My camera should be here by the end of the week. I can't wait. So I'll have to figure out. Lighting is probably the next thing I'm saving for. I'm good on microphones. I mean, I'm happy with what I have right now. I think lighting is probably my next thing. I was looking at Mac Mini M1 and was wondering your thoughts on that. Look, you already know I'm a Mac guy. John, I already know what John's going to say. No, you already know I'm a Mac guy. The Mac Mini M1, absolutely. Get the 16 gig though. I would recommend if you can swing it, get the 16 gig. It also depends on what you're going to edit with, but future proof. If you can swing to get that 16 gig, that's definitely what I think you want. That's something that's on my list to purchase also. I haven't decided if I'm getting the M1 or I'm definitely getting the M1. Haven't decided yet if I'm getting the Mac Mini or not. But I'm definitely getting M1 and as much memory as I can get, because you're going to want to future proof, Macs last forever. So, all right. Yep, absolutely. Ken and myself are people to stress. You have a budget. We can help people find the best fit for them. Yes. And I've seen John do this on his stream many times. People with the same type questions and help them find stuff that's going to work within their budget. So yeah, I knew John, neither one of us, look, create content. Don't let tech be the reason why you don't start. You definitely need to invest a little bit into stuff up front, but within your budget for sure. What about people that start with real good quality equipment and then stop making content, like Brandon, All Things Bearded? His content was fire. Yeah, and I mean, he ended up selling some of it. Brandon's whole thing, I mean, first of all, yeah, his content was great. Brandon makes some great content, but his goals kind of changed. He went, he moved in a different direction with what he's doing, and I'm all for that. At the end of the day, he chose his passion, and I love it. But yeah, his stuff was fantastic. He had some good equipment, great setup. Yep. I don't know how he started, though. I don't know if he started with all that equipment. I'd have to ask him. Tried making my first video yesterday, found myself starting over so many times that my video started fading. What's a good rule of thumb to prevent this? So Diablo, when I first started, I did the same thing. My first couple of videos, I tried a teleprompter app. Let's change the music. I tried a teleprompter app. I tried filming an entire video at one time. What I was doing in the beginning, I would start filming. And if you guys have seen some of my earlier videos, I mean, my beard product reviews used to be like 20, 30 minutes long. It's ridiculous. I've got my videos down to pretty much right around that 10-minute mark is my goal now every time. But anyway, what I would do when I first started filming is that I would film, and then if I made a mistake, I would stop, I would delete that video, and I would start all over. Obviously, that was a bad way to do it. That didn't work. What I do now, I mean, literally hit record on your camera. This is my advice. Guys in the chat, if you're doing something different, let me know. What I do, I will hit record on my camera and I will start filming. If I make a mistake, I'll remember, where did I make the mistake? I'll stop. If I have to look over at my notes or do whatever to regroup my thoughts, then I'll make sure that I come back to the camera. I'll sit there for a second and then I'll start filming again. That way, that does a few things. First of all, when you move your face around, lighting can change, or, whatever, shadows can change if you're moving around. So your camera is going to respond to that. And you'll still see it in some of my cuts. I mean, it does happen where I didn't do that properly. And in the cut, you'll see, a little bit of a darkness back to, lighter. That's because I didn't set my face in front of the camera before I continued. When you do that, you can cut that out, and you can cut it good to where you can't even, for the most part, tell that something was in there. Y'all be surprised, for a 10-minute video, by the time I'm done filming, it's probably about 20, 25 minutes. There's stuff that I'll cut out. Even if I have to stop between points and go back and look at notes, if there's something that I'll forget, I'll go to my browser and look something up and make sure I got that right. Maybe I spend 5 minutes doing that. The camera's still running. So when I'm editing, I'll just cut all that out. And again, make sure that if you look away, make sure you come back to the camera, set yourself, and then continue. That way your camera's still going to look the same when you make that cut. Let me know if I answered what you were asking. As far as your voice, yeah, I don't know, take a break, drink a water. That's something that can happen also. But the more that you do it, the easier it's going to get for you. The more of a routine, the more your pattern's going to be set for you. It's going to get easier over time. So being your first video, man, don't let that stress you out. All right, so let's see. John, for me, I build my own PCs, but the M1 is a good value. But then you have to use Ecamm. Hey, I love Ecamm. But if I was a PC guy, yeah, I would definitely try vMix for sure. I know John's the guy too, because we've had this conversation. When it comes to live streaming, pick your platform first. If you're a Mac guy, stay with your Mac. If you're a PC guy, stay with your PC. And then choose your streaming platform from there. Me and John just happen to be on the opposite ends of PC and Mac, and that's okay. Something for my Tuesday live stream, live play-by-play live stream, and my videos. I want to use Ecamm, but it's the one standing out. I just don't know what I don't know what I want the iMac 24 or the Mac Mini. Yeah, it just really depends. I mean, I've got an iMac. I haven't decided, like I said, I haven't decided if I'm going to get another iMac or a Mac Mini. If I was picking right now, it would be a Mac Mini, but, you know, I'm not to that point of buying it yet. So it really just depends on what, you know, just know if you buy the Mac Mini, you have to buy monitors. You're going to need a hub. There's some other things you're going to have to buy with it. It's Apple, so even if you buy the iMac, you're still going to have to buy some adapters and hubs and another monitor if you want a second monitor, which if you're live streaming, I could not live stream without a second monitor. I don't know how anybody does, but that's me. I use 2 monitors for work, 2 monitors for everything. That's just how my brain works. Let's see. So my appearance is mainly why I haven't started. I can't stay to a consistent routine, so I feel like I wouldn't be testing products properly if I was to do reviews. So it sounds like you know probably what you need to do. New habits. Trust me, dude, there's some habits I need to change too. Don't forget, if you have guests, OBS is a great free software to live stream for Mac or PC. Yeah, hey John, I'm going to start digging into OBS for just filming content, because I'm filming right now with Ecamm, which is awesome. They work. But I know with OBS, you can control some other things like bitrate and stuff like that. I'm getting ready to start diving into OBS a little bit. I record each pick in its own video, then add it to one. Okay, cool. And yeah, if you have any other questions, yeah, for sure, reach out anytime. And anybody in here, if there's anything that we don't talk about in the stream, or if you just have a question just randomly pops up, always feel free to reach out. Yep, keep it simple. Absolutely, keep it simple, stupid. That's I know it's not strictly an Army saying, but that's definitely something you hear in the Army, for sure. And you're a teacher. That's definitely a teacher thing too. Yep, need a second monitor. I couldn't do it without it. I could not. You know, somebody asked me last week, and I've been asked this before, what are the best things to use when doing content only with mobile, so only with your phone? I mean, I can tell you the apps that I know work. I use like iMovie when I'm doing Reels or TikToks or, you know, short form content. But as far as doing everything on a phone, I don't know that I could do it. I mean, I guess if I was forced to, I would figure it out. But I love having a setup in front of me. 2 monitors. I want it all. Dan, no second monitor, no software for streaming, no steroids for these beautiful muscles. I mean, you got the big calves helping you out with that, so I guess you're okay. But, you know, and I've talked about Dan as an example before. When people do ask about doing things only on mobile, or this is kind of what I have right now, am I able to do it? Absolutely. Look at Dan's channel. Dan's been doing it for over 3 years. And, you know, he's obviously upgraded some stuff, but he's still doing some of the same type of editing and stuff, and he makes it work. So it can definitely work. Is the second monitor helpful for the chat? Not so much for the chat, because like with Ecamm, John, for vMix, you'll kind of have to speak to that, but I think it's typically the same. With Ecamm, everything is kind of arranged. I mean, everything is a separate window, so I can move things around. The chat will come through from YouTube into Ecamm, and then Ecamm has a built-in comments box that I just have off to the side. Well, here, let's do this. I'll just show you guys real quick. We'll go into live demo mode so you can see what this looks like. So this is what things look like from my side. So you can see the chat, and I'm looking, there we go. So you can see the chat now. This is what things look like for me. You can see the chat kind of, you know, right over here. This is what things look like on my side. And all these other boxes are just different controls for, you know, different parts of the software. And then, you know, in front of me, I got my Stream Deck, my Rodecaster, of course, the microphone. But yeah, the chat comes in. So the second monitor doesn't necessarily help for chat necessarily, but for, you know, trying to share like screen shares. You know, it's helpful for that. Like what I'm doing on the screen. Let me go back to it. So like this right here, this is basically what I did in this. I made this in Keynote and brought this out as a PDF. And so I've got this open on my second monitor. So what you're seeing on the screen here is my second monitor. So it's helpful for stuff like that. StreamYard on phone is possible. Yeah, absolutely. I always recommend for people that are mobile, StreamYard is going to be obviously your best bet for streaming. Speaking of 2 monitors, if I get a MacBook and an iMac 24, do you think that would help, or would I need a monitor? So me personally speaking, I would still want a monitor, because you can't really like hook your MacBook and your iMac together. Your iMac doesn't become a second screen at that point. They're still 2 separate computers. So I've got the MacBook, which you can't see in this view, but it sits back here. I do take that and use it sometimes if I'm not sitting down here, but I would say, yeah, I would still want a second monitor. But again, that's all going to depend on budget and stuff, what you're able to pick up. At some point, I would definitely say you want to add a monitor to either one of those setups. Hey, what's up, Corey? Corey's going to start content. There you go. I know he was talking about it. I don't know if you guys saw his videos of the shop he bought down in Tennessee, but he's going to set up a little studio in there. So excited to see that. Good to see you, Corey. My goal is definitely to get there, upgrading for doing things on my mobile. Yep, it's a process. It really is. Again, I started everything on mobile. I mean, I would edit on my computer, but I filmed with my phone, all that stuff. It's definitely a process. Again, the important thing is that you're just doing it. So, yep. John, and I think, John's an IT guy also like me, but I have 3 monitors now and I love it. But yeah, 2 is a must when running streaming software for sure. Now it looks like a sci-fi movie. Hey, it's all part of the game. I don't know what vMix looks like, but I would assume it's fairly similar. I don't fly spaceships, not qualified for that. I said I may never do streaming or just hit record, but if things go as planned on what we discussed last week, it may just happen. As for now, it's in the air. Nice, man. Yeah, keep me updated on that. Keep me updated. Hillbilly Astronaut College, or as Jay Cruz would say, the NASA farm on NASA. I don't know what he would call it. All the tech stuff is kind of intimidating. However, I know it's necessary. So just got to do it. Absolutely. Yep. 100%. What's up, Santa Dad? Good to see you, man. Look at that avatar. He's got the Georgia Cup. Somebody's happy that he's happy with his Georgia Bulldogs. Good to see you, man. Jay Cruz is back. Welcome back, man. Glad you're safe. With what I want to do with this channel, I think I'm going to need 2 monitors, especially if I do live play-by-play. Oh, for sure. Yeah, if you're going to be doing live play-by-play, you got to be able to see and do different things. I'm sure there's a use case out there where somebody can stream with just 1 screen in front of them, but I don't know what that would be. For me, I have to have 2. Dan, when you do your Monday streams, well, all your streams, but when you stream, are you still just 1 screen for streaming? I think that's what you said in that comment back there. All right, so let's go. What do we got next? So that's appearance. Again, appearance just from the angle of, number 1, looking good in your videos, because unfortunately we do get judged on appearance. I'm ugly, there's nothing I can do about that, but I can at least comb the beard, straighten the hat. So that's the best I can control. But people do see that. And then again, what do you want to be known for when somebody sees you? What do you want to become known as? I've got the beard, the backwards hat. It's pretty much what I've done for most of the time I've created content. So, yep, that's what that was. Okay, so we also talked about details. Now, this is something, if I had to pick from this list for me, this is probably the thing that I've worked most on since I started creating content. How detailed are you in your content? I said a few minutes ago that when I first started doing, of course, I started with my first channel, which was Bluegrass Bearded. I was doing beard product reviews, beard routines and beard science and different things like that. I was so detailed. I know Gary, I'm waiting for Gary to make the comment. Gary could not watch more than 8 minutes of my video and he would have to stop it. He says that he would go back. I don't know. I have to go look at the watch time. But my videos were so long that, some people are cool with that. There's some people that will watch that because they want to, they'll watch the whole thing. For the most part, though, I don't know the actual percentages, but if you were to look across YouTube at people that are watching content, most people I don't think are going to watch a 30-minute video. So I've really gotten to a point where I have taken my content from, the average of 20, 25, 30-minute videos, And my goal now when I do a video is to make it right around that 10-minute mark. I'm still up around 12 at times, but that's my goal, is around 10 minutes average. So that's what I've gotten to. And the way that I've gotten to that is getting to the point, not repeating the same thing. I can be guilty of repeating the same point over and over because I really want to drive a certain point. Got to cut that out. That's something that I'm still trying to work on, making sure I don't repeat. And even when I go through editing, if I've repeated something more than like twice, I'll go start cutting some stuff out. So yeah, that's me. I was too detailed, and that's something I've worked on. That's probably the thing I've worked on the most since I've started. So let's see, what are you guys doing? Oh yeah, absolutely. Now Santa Dad, absolutely. I think the Disney videos is the first time I've ever seen your eyes. Santa Dad, he's got the glasses and the Santa hat, and that's what he's known for. How detailed? Too detailed, but that is just who I am and the audience I'm looking for. Yeah, Dan does really deep dives into beard content, as most of you know. So his are a little longer like that also. And then a lot of times when he's doing reviews, he's gotten like a company's full line, so he's got a lot to go through anyway. But then he changes things up. I mean, Dan, you change things up. You have Sam come in. People like to see Sam's reaction, so that's changing things up through the video. It works. Dan makes it work. Dig into the point and no fluff. Yeah, I knew you have something to say. Gary said 8 minutes is quite generous. I don't think Gary's ever watched an entire video that I put out, and that's okay. That's okay. 30 minutes is a documentary of someone's life. It can be. You talking about this one, Nick? She likes me a little bit. She likes me. He said, take it to the room. I'm very detailed in everything I do. I'm also a planner. It's just my nature. You guys think I'm detailed when it comes to content? Mel is detailed. We've had the conversation before, so I won't go too far back into it. But, you know, if somebody tells me that their car broke down, you know, if John sent me a DM and said, oh, man, my car broke down, I had to take it to a shop, I'd be like, oh, dude, you okay? That'd pretty much be the end of it. I may ask him what's wrong with the car if he knows, but that's it. Mel wants to know, where did he break down? Can he afford it? Is he okay? How much is it going to cost? How did he get home? What wrecker service? Yeah, we've talked. She's more detailed than me, but I love her. I love her. Depending on the game, if it's going to be a terrible game, I get to the point. If it could be a good game or an important game, I go more in depth in my answer. You've done good. I think you've done good with keeping your videos to a watchable level. Yep. Ken is saying I have one copyright claim. What music, I guess, usually that's going to be music, or is there something else that you used? You have to be careful with music for sure. I do have a couple of videos about music, but there are places to get copyright-free music. That may be the issue, but YouTube's going to tell you what the issue is. They're going to tell you what the claim is and who owns that content that you may have included. Dan, I love long videos. We watch a channel called Kara and Nate, and they had several hour-long videos in a row, and we love them. Yeah, I guess it depends on what the content's about, too. What do they do, Dan? Kara and Nate, what is that? There are some that I'll watch that are long. Most of the time, it's more podcast style. I guess I'm listening while I'm working, or I'm listening while I'm creating content. But yeah, there's some long ones that I'll watch. Yep, likely a song used. So what is the best length of video to put out? The best way that I've ever heard this described, and this is what I've kind of trained myself to do, is there's no actual answer to what's the best length. The best length to the video is however much time you need to get the content out, to get what your audience needs without going over time. However much time you need to get the video out without repeating is how long that video should be. I've been quite impressed. I got to 10 to 15 minute videos now. Beard stuff, not so much. Yeah, let me tell you who the master is of short videos that still gets all the information out there. That's Josh Embrace the Beard Life. He can do a 5-minute video, and there's some stuff he doesn't put in there that some other reviewers do, but he can get through the points of a video and be done just like that. He's the just used one from iMovie, and it said I don't own the rights. That's interesting. One that's built into iMovie. If you want to, I don't know, send me a DM if you want, and we'll try to figure that out. Because if it's one that's built into iMovie, I would think you'd be okay, but I don't know. Here's some interesting anecdotal evidence that means nothing really given my job. If I'm watching YouTube and find a topic and presenter I like, or one of my subscribed channels, I prefer longer form. Yeah, you know what's funny about the overall, the way people are watching content now? Like, I'm still part of that group that likes long form content also. I like short form content for entertainment. TikTok is funny to me. Instagram Reels are entertaining. They can be informative. I mean, there's some TikTok stuff that's informative also. But attention spans are shrinking every day. I mean, especially the younger generation. They want to see that short form, that short 7-second video. And if you don't hook them in the first second and a half, it's like you're done. But yeah, I prefer the longer form stuff too. Stephen He does 1 to 3 minute comedy skits. All right, so Ken, I have a question for you. When watching my videos, what stands out to you that you can recognize me? Well, first of all, you look like you're 12 years old, so I definitely recognize. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. But no, it's your Green Bay stuff for sure. Yep, definitely the green and yellow shirt. Sometimes you have the visor, you don't always wear it, but definitely that part. Yep, saying you do not own the rights doesn't mean anything. You cannot use content that is owned by others without their permission. Yeah, absolutely a true statement, but if it's in iMovie, if it's built into iMovie, that's supposed to be able to be used. So I'd have to see what it is. Only videos I can watch regardless of length are cooking videos, food videos, or Rhett and Link. They're a travel channel, okay. Yeah, I would expect this from Corey. The long videos that I watch are from Adventures Archives, hiking and camping channel. Also, I'll watch through hikers vlog their adventures. Yep. Yeah, that's why the principal stays downstairs. Especially MJ. I know MJ just wants to get to the point. He's kind of like me. Only vlogs I'll watch that long if they are good. Best length of video, you hit the nail on the head. I could say it differently, but that's it. Yep, however long you need to get the information out. Ken, how do you feel about breaking videos down into multiple videos? Would like to have videos of the process throughout restoring, modding my 49 Ford truck. Oh, I think that's a fantastic idea. I would make sure that you break those videos down into segments that make sense, but I think it's a fantastic idea. Not only does it give you a lot of content to put out, it also gives you a way to build great playlists. So you could have a playlist that's called, restoring my 49 Ford. And then you can have all the different videos under that playlist. And if you break that down the right way in videos that make sense into, shorter, 8, 10, 12, 15-minute videos, I think that'd be great. You would really create a video funnel that people would want to watch all of those videos. How that makes sense, I can't speak completely smartly on because I'm not a car guy, but if you're talking about the engine rebuild, I'm sure there's multiple parts to that. Interior, upholstery, the glass, whatever that would look like. But I think if you were to make videos, segment, different videos that made sense segmented out, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, that gives you a lot of content up front. I think that's awesome. I think that could be a video topic. Does saying I don't own the rights make it okay? Or the myth of using less than 30 seconds? That's something that I know what right is supposed to look like, but I see it done all the time. And even me personally, I've done it myself, where I've done videos using short segment of like movie quotes, TV show quotes, whatever. And those videos have never been gigged. And then I've seen where, Dan, you personally were doing a live stream where you had a little, I don't even think you had audio playing. You just had the video on screen from Pawn Stars, and YouTube was like, nope, you're done. And you had a claim as soon as you were done. So I don't know. I know what right is supposed to look like, but YouTube's system doesn't always seem to catch it the right, the same. So, all right. So that is the detailed. All right, let's go to the last slide that I have. What do you love most about content creation? So the last point in my video was have fun with this. No matter what you're doing, all the other stuff aside, you've got your environment figured out, you've got your lighting situated, you've got a microphone, You have everything ready to go. You're going to sit down and film. Have fun with it. I don't know about you guys, and I've said this so many times, and I know how, like, Dan is passionate about beards. I know John is passionate about tech. I know Jay Cruz is passionate about health and beards. Santa Dad, passionate about Christmas and travel. Dean, apparently passionate about cars. What do you love most about it? What makes it fun for you? If you find a niche and if you're doing content that is fun for you, that you're passionate about, you're going to love every second of it. The long nights, the filming over and over because you messed up, the trying to find music you can use that won't get you gig for copyright, every part of it. Even putting those videos out on a brand new channel and you don't get discovered quickly. I mean, it's a long process. You're not going to go viral overnight for the most part. All that kind of stuff, none of that matters. If you love it, if you're passionate about what you're talking about, you're going to have a blast. It's going to be fun. That stuff won't even bother you. I can stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning making content, and it doesn't even bother me. I may be tired the next day, but I'm okay. So what do you love most about content creation? Whatever your niche is, whatever your topics are, what do you love most? Yeah, none of it's okay. Just a matter of getting caught. And yeah, to be clear, I don't do it anymore. That was early. I've learned what right looks like, so I don't do it anymore. All my music comes from Epidemic Sound or the YouTube audio library for the most part. I'll get some from Motion Array, which I pay for that subscription. So yeah. Now that I know what right looks like, I don't do it. All right, so yeah, unless it falls under fair use. Yeah, fair use, you're right. That's a loaded topic, yeah. There's a lot of things we think are fair use, and they're really not fair use. All right, so Dan says, I love having a healthy outlet for my passion and obsessive personality. Yeah, we've had that conversation before. Enjoy what you do, one of the most important aspects of life in general. 100%. How do you recommend I offer the detailed information I look into? Should I have it on the screen while talking or make it a separate slide? I need to go watch some of your videos to see exactly what you're doing. Admittedly, Ellie, I haven't watched. I saw like one of your shorts, but I need to go check out your channel anyway because, well, I won't say why, but you guys be here Friday. How do you recommend I offer the detailed information I look into? Should I have it on the screen while talking or make it a separate slide? So a lot of times what I would do in like product reviews, and I still do it if I'm talking about price or if I'm talking about ingredients or whatever, I'll do like B-roll where I'll either take a picture of the bottle that shows the ingredients, or if it's price, I'll have a plugin that will slide out just some elements that I can then type in the price on, so that's there while I'm talking about it. If you do it in a way that's clean and makes sense, you don't want to load the screen with information, but if you do it in a way that's brief and makes sense and looks good, it's definitely good to have information on the screen. You can kind of cover the broad information itself, but you can have, the price or the ingredients or whatever there. You're talking food, so you're probably talking ingredients and, oven temperatures and stuff like that. Definitely on the side of the screen, or even as a B-roll or picture type overlay. I think that's a good thing to do. And I would also recommend that you put it in your description, as long as it's not too much. I mean, in your description would be good. A lot of times I'll tell people, here's the information on this microphone. I do have a link in the description if you want to check it out, or like with when I did the StreamYard Stream Deck video, Stream Deck has their own StreamYard profile. Let me take that back. StreamYard has their own Stream Deck profile. So in that video, I just said, if you want this profile, there's a link in the description. Check it out there. It's a good way to do that. Why I do my content is simple. I love bringing a vastly different point of view to the game. I love filming, hate editing. See, I'm the opposite. Now, I don't hate filming, but I love editing more than I love filming. Sitting here and editing, cutting video, adding music, doing all the, extra little things I do, the B-roll, that's all, it's stress relief for me. I love doing it. I love editing. It's fun. It feeds my creative brain, and the idea that I may be helping, brightening someone's day, My focus on family is the cherry on top. Absolutely. Yeah, we've had that conversation too. I know what right looks like. I'm familiar with that phrase. Hey, that phrase has gotten me in trouble before because I thought I knew what right looked like and I didn't. So, Schley says, I enjoy feeling like I made someone's day brighter. Absolutely. If you have another landing spot for the material website, Facebook page, blog, maybe use your videos to drive viewers there where they could find a custom, more in-depth video. Absolutely. Yep. You know, for me, a lot of you guys have said it. I think a lot of us, and for the most part, when it comes to content creation, we all kind of need to have that general, it definitely needs to be a part of our outlook on content creation, is that we're making somebody's day better. Look, the point of us creating content is not for us. Creating content is not for us. It's to solve problems for other people, to solve their pain points. It's to entertain other people. It's whatever it is, the content is for other people. So if you're making somebody's day better, if you're helping them solve a problem, that is the main reason why we create content. And that can be, no matter what your content is, there's a way that you're making someone's life better with that content. That's definitely a part of it. And for me, that's what I love, knowing that I'm helping people. When somebody has bought a mic that I've recommended and they love it, they love how it sounds and it works for them, I love it. I don't love it for me. I love it because I've helped somebody. When somebody figures out how to do masking in Final Cut Pro because they watched my video, I love it because now they're going to make their content better. I love helping and making people's lives, content, whatever. I just love being helpful. So that's it for me. I just love being creative. I love creating. I've always been a creative in one way or another, and I just found my natural spot doing it here. Now, there's definitely things I can make better, but I think this is my natural spot in doing it. So that's it for me. Yep. Thank you, Corey. Has everyone here not hit the like button? Go ahead if you haven't. 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 rights make a left. That is a true statement, sir. Yep. Dagan's got a big old brain to go with that big old mustache. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Good to see you. Dole Whip Dad in the house. What's going on, Jeff? Aaron, check out Dole Whip Dad's channel. He's doing some sports stuff also. We were talking about sports, play-by-play, sports predictions, reactions, stuff like that a minute ago. All right, so those were the points. Now, again, the video was out this morning where I talked about, my tips for your first video, things to think about. So if you haven't seen that yet, check that out. We did the more detailed, in-depth conversation here. I love the feedback you guys have, the things you guys had to say. I appreciate the engagement and you guys joining the conversation. That was awesome. So, that being said, is there anything that I missed? Is there anything that you guys do that maybe we didn't talk about? We're going to move into a little bit of this or that fun. Dagan crushed that 60s. Oh, he did. I saw that. We watched that last night. Mel, I was watching it on the couch and Mel was over on the other side. She was like singing and dancing. Yeah, it was awesome. All right, so let me get this. It looks like we're ready. All right, let's do some this or that. All right, here we go. So this is going to be simple. Nothing major tonight. Just simple this or that questions. So we'll start with this one. Loofah or washcloth, and why? I already know Dan's answer. I don't know if Dan's still here because I know he's getting ready for his stream. I already know what he's going to say. Dan, I'll let him say it. I am either, depends on what I'm using. Depends on what I'm using. I'm either a loofah. If I'm using body wash, right now I'm using Beard Octane's body wash nitro. That's what I'm using right now. If I'm using a bar of soap, I don't use a washcloth for the most part. I just use the bar of soap. So it depends on what I'm using. Yeah, Corey, you may have had an impact on the music that I choose to lean towards now. So yeah. Yep, Mel's a loofah. Yep, Ellie bar soap to man, wool man, whatever you want to say. Yeah, bar soap right to the skin. Washcloth for bar soap, loofah for wash. You get a drink here. All right, Nick says loofah changed every day. Yes, every day I have a box of 100 in the closet and cannot stand dirty I mean, I hear you, man. We replace them too, but not every day. Loofahs are expensive, brother. Beard Laws, what's up, man? Good to see you. What's up, Matt? Matt, we're asking a question. Loofah or washcloth? What do you use, man? Beard Shack soap straight to the body. Everyone's hopping on the lo-fi chill hop train. It's a good train to be on. It is, man. It's good chill music. Schley is washcloth. Camera's looking mighty crispy. Hey, wait until the end of the week, brother. I don't know if you saw my stories today. I finally found a camera in stock. I got the ZV-E10 on the way. It's going to be here hopefully by the end of this week. I found a store in Ohio, store that I've never heard of, but I shared them on social media today, that had 2 in stock. He said they sold a bunch over the weekend. I was going to share it so somebody could pick up the last one. By the time I got to the link to look at it, it was already out of stock. So it's going to be better hopefully the end of the week. Washcloth all day. It seems to get more grime off. Get to the loofah. Get to the chopper. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I can't wait. Cannot wait. All right, so that was that one. Let's see what we have next. Oh, where's LJ? I know she'll like this one. Slurp or smack? I'm assuming this is talking, I mean, obviously eating and drinking. I don't really know what the answer is. I try not to do either. But we'll see what you guys have to say. Slurp or smack? Unless I'm reading that wrong, and why. Not sure if I want to see some of the answers that may come for this one. Slurp or smack? When I was getting ready for the show, one of the first question that came up was, do you prefer a power nap or a cat nap? And when I open the app when I'm getting ready, I only see the first question. I don't go to the next one, but first question is automatically comes up. And the question was power nap or cat nap. And I'm thinking, well, those are the same thing. This question doesn't make sense. Had to go look it up real quick, and yeah, it's the same thing, so I skipped that question. Yep. LJ cannot handle the sounds of people eating. It drives her nuts. We were watching some of Johnny Groom's videos where he taste tested the KFC, whatever they are, the plant nuggets, the Impossible nuggets or whatever they are. Yeah, she cannot handle food noises at all. Slurp, for when you're eating something like ramen, it's appropriate. Smacking deserves just that, a smack. So Mel and LJ make fun of me for the way that I eat ramen, and it's probably not the best way to eat it because of all the sodium in it. When I eat ramen, and I don't eat it very often, but when I do, I'll cook the noodles and then I take the water out. So it's just straight up noodles. And then I pour the powder on the noodles and just stir that up so there's no water involved. And then it's just straight up flavored noodles. Usually I'll put that on bread and eat it like a sandwich. I know it doesn't make sense to most people, but some of you know how I grew up, and that's just how I ate it. So, okay, Chris, I appreciate that. If it's not family friendly, I appreciate you, sir. You have to DM me what it was because I'm curious now. Dean, slurp noodles brings out the flavor. Smack, if we're talking, there we go. Slurp and go ah after. Yep. Straight up salt. Oh, I know, man. I know it is. You think the water mixed in with it would take some of that sodium out. At least you're not eating it all at one time. But yeah, that's the way that I do it. I thought I was the only one too. Is that how Hannah does it? That's awesome. I knew Hannah was my sister. There you go. Oh, and Dean does it the same way. See, I'm not as weird as I thought, Mel. See, I told you. That's awesome. I've always eaten it that way. Like I said, a lot of you kind of know my childhood story. I didn't grow up in the best type of environment. I had to take care of my sister, and a lot of things we just learned to do however we did them. So that's how I learned to eat ramen. For whatever reason, that's just how it happened. All right. If anybody has another answer to this one, we'll definitely get them in there, but let's go to the next. Okay, so this says news anchor or weather anchor. We will assume this. If you had to choose one of these professions, would you choose to be a news anchor or a weather anchor? That's got to be a slap of flavor. I like it. I like it. Undiluted salt noodle. Yep. Yep. All right, so if you had to choose a profession, news anchor or weather anchor, which one would you choose and why? Weather anchor for obvious reasons. Absolutely. Because I'm the weather man. I don't remember all the words. News, more travel chances. News, Santa Dad. For those of you that don't know, Santa Dad's actually a sports writer, so he's kind of in the industry anyway. So yeah, that's awesome. News, but I'm sure weather would be more fun. News anchor, I don't have a body for weather. News, because I like to know what's going on. Meteorologist is a different thing. Yeah, actually studying the weather, yeah. I'm going to tell you my answer. My answer would be... Okay. My answer would be definitely news anchor. The reason it would be news anchor is because the weathermen get things wrong all the time. And I understand why. I never get mad at a weatherman when they get the forecast wrong. Because, science obviously helps them. But at the end of the day, it's just a guess based on the data. An educated guess, I'll put it that way, based on the data they have. Sometimes they're wrong. I'm going news anchor because by the time I've got the news, it's already facts. If it's being done right, it's already facts. You're just reporting what is already there. So for the most part, you're not wrong. Weatherman can be wrong. So Mel's opposite of this. She says, I'm going weather. They are usually wrong. So I've got job security. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's one of those jobs you can be wrong and you're still going to be fine. So sure. Yeah, but I'm still going to go news anchor though, for sure. All right, we'll do one more. Coming up, it's 8:30 almost. We'll do one more. All right, what's next? Oh my goodness, I didn't know this question was coming. So Mel just asked this on her Instagram the other day. Weather anchor and MLB player, the only professions where 3 out of 10 makes you an all-star, right? Yep, absolutely. All right, so toilet paper roll. Toilet paper roll, over or under? Does your toilet paper roll look like a mullet or a beard? Which one are you going with? Over. I'll just go ahead and tell you, for us, it's over. We're an over family. What's up, Zeb? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, brother. Nick is over. Schley is under. Aaron Rodgers says beard. Yep, over beard, not mullet. Yep, so over. Beard or mullet is the proper way to ask that question. Absolutely. Over, you all remember your answers, right? Yeah, I think a lot of people did answer it, yeah. Beard laws, over, but I'm a bidet guy, so it doesn't matter. Don't need much anymore. I mean, hey, I've got a bidet also. I'm the only person that uses it. It's so funny. I never would have imagined that I would use a bidet. I won a bidet on one of Dan's streams from Whiskey and Heart Attack. She sent it to me. I installed it. I never thought that I would be a bidet guy, but now that I have one, when I have to go to the office or go somewhere that there's not one, I hate it. I hate it. Still need a little bit of toilet paper just to dry, but man, I love it. So Dagan's over. Beard, that's what's in the official patent diagram for the top holder. Yep. Beard is the proper way. Mullet if you have cats and kids. Very, very true point. Oh yeah, we so fancy. We are fancy. Isn't it? It's nice though, isn't it? I mean, literally when I have to go to the office and there's no bidet there, I hate it. I feel dirty. %. Yep, that is the patent. Yep, 100%. All right, well, that was fun. I like that it ended with that question. That's great. All right, you guys. Well, I appreciate you guys being here, hanging out. This has been a great stream, great conversation. Again, the video that I put out this morning, check out the video if you haven't watched it yet. Give that video a watch, and especially content creators, if you have some things to add to it, make sure you go to the comments, drop a comment in the video. Let me know what you think about, what are some things you do, think about the topics that I had there. Appreciate all the, I'm bougie. That's fine. I'll be bougie if it means I feel clean. I never would have thought that I would have enjoyed it, but it's good. Oh, I didn't know this. Are they? I don't pay attention to their bathroom because we got to tell them to clean it too often. But they're constantly flipping the roll in the bathroom. Interesting. So Dean, here's the cool thing about it. You can, you don't have to use it. The way it installs, you don't have to use it. It's there. Unless you turn the switch though, it's just there. It's not in the way. Mel doesn't use it. I don't think she's ever used it. So it's definitely not a requirement. You can have it on there and not use it. So just something to think about. I love it though. I love it. So, all right, you guys. Well, again, appreciate the conversation. If you haven't checked out the video this morning, please do. We'll see you guys Friday night for Just Stream With Me. If you need to reach me before then, KenTheContentCoach.com is the website. Email Ken at KenTheContentCoach.com. On all social media at Ken the Content Coach in some way. Those are going to be in the descriptions of this stream and any other video that I put out. Let's roll out of here. So, all right, guys, appreciate you again. We'll see you guys Friday. Again, by then, video quality should be improved. I'm looking forward to getting my new camera. Hope you guys all have a fantastic week. Thanks again for hanging out tonight. We'll see you guys next time. Remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Just hit record. See you guys Friday.